Yo, what's up? Sorry, man, I had to get fresh and fly. Had to take me a nice, good shower, get the hair all curly, all the wonderful things, man. We gonna have a Piston victory party around here. Yeah, get some victory parties around here. Now, man, he said Ben Wallace is in the house to watch that, dude. Yeah, this feeling like old folks. Oh yeah. Well, when you start looking at the Detroit Pistons as a team, as a professional basketball unit, we are essential because we have players that other people just don't understand. Because now Kevin Hunter has stepped up because he knows the offense now. When he's in that role, he can just pick up the slack. He knows exactly where he needs to be, where, why, how, the whole nine. So eventually you're going to see a lot of things transpired as different or on a whole nother level. People have constantly made the growing trend that it's always better to have somebody in position that's doing the right thing rather than ostracizing the moment. Don't forget to hit the like button, good people. And don't forget to sign up and be a member, man. We got memberships up here. Yes, sir. Now, it's the things people do outside of the elements. Yeah, it's outside of the usual basketball elements. There are certain plays that take place that are essential that other people see and they just can't believe because it's coming from a person that they don't know. Like, right, when you see Jenkins do what he's doing, and right, you see people change and sway those narratives around. Once you start seeing these things materialize and take place and they start to shape up, you go, wow, okay, I get it now. I understand what this is. This is something special. This is different than what I thought. And once you get to that point, now you can get to the realization of breaking down what's actually happening out there on the court. That's right, Doug, VIP Patreon gang in the house. Well, a lot of people are waking up to players they never knew before. So at the end of the year, the NBA is going to try new moves as other people have tried to warn the Detroit Pistons that this is going to happen to y'all. They're going to come in and try to poach every bit of talent we got because right now we don't have to pay anybody. So we got about a year or two after we lock Duran up. We're going to be good because we're going to have him and Cade, but the supporting cast are going to get poached away in the offseason. Not because they really want those guys, just to try to hurt Detroit. Because they want Detroit is not who they had their plans for. So the agenda of the NBA is not going to be like, okay, this is what we want to do. What they're gonna do is try to find a way. They say, okay, well, we gotta split up Detroit. We help Boston get stronger. We help Cleveland get stronger, and Detroit's still winning. We don't understand it because they don't realize it's the way we're playing. The way we're playing means something. And when you're doing that, it's going to elevate or basically show up in the areas that they don't think. And those areas are deep and and measured very well on the court. Oh, yeah, I could give you an example. Let's give you an example of why the Detroit Pistons are just incredible. This is what I mean. This guy did a great breakdown here. And I want you guys to see this clearly. I want y'all to see what he does. Look how he got this guy right here, right? He got the back of his jersey. He's all discombobulated, right? Gather. He knows this guy is looking for the pass off. So he just puts up a little flick and it's in. Look at this guy. This guy on skates. Scooby-Doo. So he knew he could take him any which way he wanted, how, when, and where at any given time. Now, let's take another look. This is called the ghost. Look at this. This is getting ghost. See, he's behind the defender. He didn't run with the pick. He got ghost. Ghost meaning this guy can't see him. See the defender? He can't see Dennis. This is a skilled player. Now watch this. He doesn't go, so this guy doesn't know what's happening. He loses control because he's waiting on Dennis to go. See, Dennis knows that this guy has lost him. So he can't see him in his vision. So now he's like, where I'm going to go. So he thinks cut to the basket because that's where the guy's going. He go and relocates right where he was before. Now that this guy's like, oh, man, he was still there the whole time. That's getting ghosts. That's getting ghosts on your defender. You see, these are the type of things that most people don't see in the game because they're not trained for it. They don't have a trained eye to see it. That's called being coached. That's called being coached well. That's called being ready to stay ready. And this guy who just got a contract, we locked him down. So now you can't even steal him. And everyone's like, who is this guy? And he gets pumped up whenever he plays somebody from his whenever he plays somebody from his the people from his draft class that he didn't get drafted, he tried to destroy them. Wow. Now, look at this. They all have to respect his game because they now have scouting report on him. So they know, okay, we know how he plays. We know he's a threat to shoot the three. And when you're a threat to shoot the three, they got to play you up, right? They're back in drop coverage, the big, because that's what they do. But with Dennis, they know we got to watch him. So he can stop, pull up, do everything, right? Because you got to go back and drop coverage. Now, here is a play that's extraordinary, right? He's going to throw it in. It was too long, right? So everybody relocates. Now watch what happens. He gets the ball, pulls up, and goes off the glass. Not too many players in today's game are confident enough to use the backboard on jump shots. Now, here's another play where this shows his point guard skills. Now, normally somebody else like Brunson would have just thrown this ball right to Durant. You see the two guys are on him. They got to respect him because the guy can shoot, and they know it. And they're running up now. So instead of drop coverage, big boy is leaning to come forward. So Durant is dropping low. He knows he got a 2-on-1 situation developing here down low. So he just has to be patient. Brunson has no patience or no vision. He just runs in. Now, see, he could have forced the pass from there, right? He looks and said, could I wrap it around and give it to Durant? And you see Scotty Barnes is waiting. So he's patient and said, no, let me wait. Something else might develop. Let me look. He looks, you see he got green and cut all the way through, right? So he looks at Thompson or Green, I think that's Thompson. He looks at him over there, right? So Scotty Barnes sees that. They're looking right at his eyes. You see that? Look, they both looking at Dennis's eyes. So both of them are locked in on the guy with the ball. They see Tobias Harris coming, and they see this play over here to Thompson. Scotty Barnes is like, let me jump this now because I know it's coming. And what he does, he dropped it right back to Durant, the guy he was originally going to hit. Fooled both of them. That's great coaching, great ball. That's a credit to your coach. That is a credit to coach it. That is a credit to coach it. That's what you love to see. If you're a professional athlete, man, that's what you love to see right there. Straight up. Now, look at what he does here. This is what makes it interesting. Look at this. Right? He gets the ball. Whoop! Scotty Barnes was not in position. He's going to blow right by him. He is definitely gone past him. Look at his legs. He was not in the position. Dennis saw it take off. Look at the drop off. Look at that pass. Reed was calling for it when he was driving, but he wanted to make sure he draw this defender all the way in. He got the big guy right there in the air, went around him. Of course, easy layup. This is why the Pistons are so hard to beat. They play smart basketball. And when the team plays smart basketball, it is very hard to beat. Very hard to beat them. Oh, and you know it. And you know this, man. Let me show you. Let me show you us. Y'all want to see us? This is what us do. Let me show you us. That's the Pistons. That's how we get down. That's our little Caesar arena. This is how we come in. Oh, 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 oh. That's how we get down. Look at it. We kicking it. We getting it in. Mm, mm. And look at Minnesota. They praying. Please, Father, forgive us, man. Please help us get a win. Let's just stick together, man. Let's just stick together. Please, 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 please help us. They like, hey, what was that? He hit my hand and everything. So right away, the Pistons had control of the flow of the game. See, the flow of the game went towards Detroit. Even when Minnesota was fighting to try to keep up with what we were doing, look at Dante. Duncan Robinson is all over him. There's Dante. They put him one on one. He kicks it out. There's the drive. Welcome to the Magnet Ball. So look at all the work and the recovery they do to get them back on point. Moving screen by Rudy. Hesitation. He got that. Oh, back. Spin move. Uh-oh. Duran's on the run with him. Drop pass. Layup. Team basketball. Unselfish. Wanting to see the other man shine and be successful. That's another great thing. Great quality. Oh, here comes. He's like, why not? Drop me off the ball. Boom. Kevin Hurt is like, oh, you know what I do. And Minnesota never could get control of this game. They could not get control of it because it was out of hand early. And it never came back in favor for them. Look at this. Look at the lack of defense and effort that they're putting up, man. They was just like, we quit. I mean, they even when they defended well, it was like, all right, we getting the rebound. Here we go. Let's push it. Oh, you shouldn't be disgusted with the Lakers. You should have, Jalen. You know what it is. You should expect that. They're the Lakers. You know what they do. So the game was tied at 45, but the momentum was always with the Pistons. Even when they were up, like Minnesota was up like 5 or whatever in the quarter, the flow and the momentum, they were playing Detroit style all game. They couldn't run the way they wanted to run. Look at Jenkins. Frozen. Nope. Ball control. You know they're going to do a reach around. See how I protected it with 2 hands. Yep, it was tied at 63 after Green hit that shot. The game started to get crazy after this. Mm, mm. Nice take. See? They keep trying to go back and forth, match the energy. Run them off the 3-point line. See, that's what happens when you're a comfortable shooter. Not everything needs to be a 3. You just need to get a bucket. Pretty much. Look at that. Nice turn. He's got to go to a hook. It's an ugly looking hook, but he got it. Great shot, Nas Reed. Uh-oh. Look at that. Slow play. Slow plays. Waiting to see the commitment. Oh, you're not going to commit? I can go up under you then, chump. Rudy, that was horrible. Nice drop off. Right? Give and go. Here's Duran. Woo! Got there with the dunk. The game was a back and forth war. The Timberwolves has fallen so considerably fast. Block. Here comes the run. Look, they're not even finna pursue. Detroit equals defense. Defense. Nice drop pass. Swing it back. Nice Nas Reed. That's his shot. But nice ball movement, nice positioning. Everything on that was done with precision. Nice pick and roll. Split action play. Basic horns play. Stop there. Pump fake. Let him go by. Make the shot off the glass if you want. Look, patient. He can wait. Oh, dropped him off. Jump into your defender. Go up. Green's a veteran. Yeah, they never had a chance. Yeah, Ron Holland. Oh. Ron dunking on people, getting whacked in the face, going down. Ron is the guy that takes a hit every time. And he don't get any call. Look at that. Game tied at 83. Fourth quarter. Game still in the balance. Minnesota's up 4. Looking like it might get away from them. Pistons refuse to lose. This team is so hard to beat. See? Guys who know how to finish at the rim. Valuable. Thanks, nerd. Pistons are number 1 in transition steals. We play the passing lanes quite well. See what happened when you're a shooter? They respect you. And look at Thompson. He would have passed that shot up. last year. Now he feels like I can make it no matter what. Look at that. Hmm. Yeah, look at that. Okay, like, do it. Go ahead, Ron. So the Pistons were pulling away. This is how I knew we weren't losing the game. It was over. I said, yeah, this is over. Minnesota's just reacting to everything the Pistons do. But look at that. Drop coverage. And they look at this. And it still got to Durant. I said, yep, that's it. We're not losing. Pistons are not losing this game. Yo, the Pistons are just invincible, man. I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. They just refuse to lose. Yeah. Yeah, I know. OKC jumped out on the Lakers, and it wasn't pretty. They out hustled them. Look at Dort on Luca. They just treated them like y'all don't even need to be here. Y'all get back on the bus. Yeah. Well, it got ugly, and it just the Lakers was trying to act like they were a formidable team, and they're not. So it just made them look more ridiculous. Look at this. Mm-mm-mm. Look at that. Look at LeBron just standing there looking like a lost child. What's going on out here? Y'all, was I supposed to guard him? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, they look like world champions tonight, whooping on the Lakers. Hmm. Yeah, it just kept getting worse. It was 16-4, and it never got better. It's 22-9. Lakers just look more and more like a joke. The Lakers gave up 40 first point quarters. That's crazy. Look at shit. Who got Cino numbers? Cino folk. I just dozed off for a minute. Tired, man. Burnt up. Yeah, that was just a blowout anyway. Yeah, Doug. If they was on VIP Patreon, y'all would know why I'm so tired. I've been putting in all this work. Shoot, the Lakers put everybody to sleep. They quit on this game after 2 quarters. LeBron just flopping around out there. And they was like, oh, throw Bronny in the game. So him and Bron could play together. And they was just both looking bad. You see that? I got him. It was like, nice move, Bronny. Next time I pass you the ball, you make that shot. Yeah, Papa. I don't know what was going on in my brain. Pull up, payoff. Then this one they called another timeout. It was like, what's going on here? Hmm. Yeah, the game was a disgrace. Game's a wash, dude. They're down 60-28 in the second quarter. They're getting steamrolled.